Hey everybody, so Tara here, and I wanted to show you the most amazing thing that has happened to me lately, and that is my journal. And I wanted to show you this amazing outlet that it has been for me and how it's totally organized my life. So I'm going to walk you through what my bullet journal looks like. So you can Google bullet journaling, and it is basically just a kind of journaling style, and it's really transformed over time. And there's an amazing, more creative version of it that has arisen. There's a Facebook group called Bullet Journal Junkies. I love it. It's a great one. So when I open it up, I've got my goals that I've kind of sketched out. And if you stink at drawing things, so do I. So I actually just Google things and kind of look it up. It's what I like to do in the evening if I'm watching TV, or my husband reads Harry Potter to our family every night, and it's I can color and listen at the same time. I lay out my year, and I really like this format. It kind of, this isn't a full year. It's 6 months, but it lets me plan a little bit in advance, and I love being kind of creative with it. Next is my monthly spread. So this is like next month. I screwed up here. I need to put like a picture over top. That's what I do. I cover it with pictures if I mess up. But I've got like all day, morning, evening, and then maybe goals for the month. And I'm just going to show you like the different things. I like to track the books that I want to read. This one is kind of an ugly one. I should show you a different page. But once I've read it, I color it in. And then I usually take lots of notes. I'll show you in a second. And I'll write the note or the page where those notes were. So that's kind of cool. I have my workout calendar put in here so that I can see my workout schedule. I always recommend following a schedule. It's a lot easier to stick with it. And then, okay, here's an example. So I'm reading a book right now. And so these are my notes from the book. So over at that bookcase, when I'm done with this book, I'm going to write all the pages that my notes are on. So yeah, I've got a lot of notes on that. I like to just sketch quotes and be fun. And then this is my weekly spread. Let me show you what this looks like and why I love it. So when I do set up my weekly spread, I just draw this out again during Harry Potter time. And let's see here. I look at my monthly calendar and I see any appointments that I have booked, and I write those in, and any important things that have to be done on those days. Then what I like to do is I have a to-do list for the month or for the week, and I write down things that have to get done. I also have a habit tracker, and I'm doing awful this week. Look at that. But I kind of like color things in as I'm doing them. So, or, you know, if I've done them for the day. And so ideally this would all be colored in by the end of the week. We're on Friday. Look how bad that is. But I didn't fill in yesterday, so I'm off the hook. And then I have my journal. This is like my daily. I'll skip it because I've got like personal stuff on there. I'll show you what today looks like. Yeah. So it's kind of ugly because I don't color it until nighttime, but I have my schedule that I map out for the day, and it's just a chance for me to kind of have a plan in my head of exactly what's going to be done. And then I have kind of my habit of focus right now. I'm focusing on waking up early. I just plan out my meals ever so briefly, and then I just pick 3 things that need to be done that day. Now, if I ever want to do more, I can go back to my weekly to-do list and start checking things off, but these are like the 3 must-dos. And then what I love to do is at the end of the day, I like to kind of write a summary of the day. And I don't have any in here yet because this is a brand new journal for this month, but in my previous journal, I have like photos, and I like to add those in. And like I said before, I add them into where I mess up. I just like cover it up. So if I have a photo of the day, I can put it in there. I can say like, see page such and such, and I'll do it to cover up a page. So I also use these tabs. They're from Martha Stewart. You can get them at, I believe it's Staples, and they're so durable. And I usually have more. Again, this is a new journal, so I don't. But like my notes look really, like this is from church, and I like it because it keeps me focused during church, and I pay better attention when I'm focusing like that. My weightlifting workouts, I just kind of track this in there, and this is one workout, and I put my notes in, so as I do it more and more, I'll track my weights. Same goes for, I see I had a photo shoot, so I drew a little camera. I just looked it up, how to draw a camera. If you do like doodle something, also like the revision guide on Instagram, there's some amazing fun doodle tutorials there. Here's some more notes that you can see. May the 4th be with you. I did that the other day. And then like, for example, I'm working on a budget boot camp right now. So anything I ever take notes on, I use this so that my brain is in here. So I'm, kind of mapping out my budget. My husband and I created a vision board of what we want our goals to be. And it's all here, our debt I've written out and how we're planning to pay it out. And if I'm brainstorming, like I'm working on habit formation right now, I can write that in. And I'm just filling this up. And then the other thing that's really cool is in the front, I have a topic guide. So as I'm studying my scriptures or I'm reading personal development, if let's say the topic honesty comes up, I'm going to have honesty here and the page numbers. And anytime a certain topic comes up, I'm going to be writing that in. I usually do that after the fact, to be honest with you, like read it once the journal's done and then create my index. It's just easier for me. Or if I'm my scriptures, so I have certain chapters. That way, over time, I can go through and find them this way. Ideally, one day I want to have one notebook or journal that is just like an index, and it tells them which journal to go to and what page for all these different things. Important events. So I don't want to like categorize every single day in my journal, but let's say something huge happened, right? Go to Disneyland. I want to make sure I have that page written down so that if I'm just looking through all of my journals, I want to see these important dates and what I wrote on those days. Then miscellaneous, you see I kind of wrote things in like my goal plan, my year overview, things like that. And that's it. That's how I set my journal up. And I love it because it's such a creative outlet. You see a lot of people who, do, the adult coloring, which is so fun. My mom does it, and she's ridiculous. She's ridiculously amazing. My personality type is the kind where I get really unsettled if I'm not accomplishing something. And I like this because I'm coloring, but it's also accomplishing something. It's making this journal that, can you imagine what it's going to be like? Like, I think about this as I write in my journal, what it's going to be like for my family one day to come across this whole library of journals from one of their ancestors, and how fun and creative it can be to read, and just something enjoyable. I think about that, and I think about how maybe that might get them to read all of these lessons. I'm a hot mess. I learn a lot of lessons, and maybe they can learn from my mistakes, and maybe I might have an impact on these future generations and my family, and maybe as I'm a mess of myself, I can help other people. So it's just an amazing thing that you can do that's a little creative, that is fun, but it's also a form of family history. It's a form of goal setting and reflection. It can help you with your fitness. It can help you with your productivity. Honestly, it's helped me with like every area of my life. So if you do any kind of journaling, please comment below. I want to hear what you do, and kind of any tips you have, or if you have any photos, I'd love to see them. All right, bye everybody.